time for This Week in Clarksville. And now, here's your host, Stephanie Miller.
Welcome to This Week in Clarksville on this Thursday, November 24th. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I have to share with you that this show is one of many things that I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. So thank you for joining me each and every Thursday and even on other days when you look back at the episode. Coming up, we're going to take a look back at 3 interviews that we did early on This Week in Clarksville. But first, we're going to check in with reporter Sherry Reeves to see what's making the wrap in this week's edition of Main Street Clarksville.
This is the wrap for the November 24th Thanksgiving edition of Main Street Clarksville. This week we learn of the LG Chem Company investing $3.2 billion and 860 jobs in Clarksville. Read about the company's announcement this week from Governor Bill Lee and Clarksville leaders, and about the facility that will produce material to create batteries for electric vehicles. Sadly, James Nickel, age 55, of Clarksville, was killed in a pedestrian crash on Friday, November 18th, after being hit by a vehicle on Providence Boulevard. Tennessee's Habitat for Humanity celebrated its 5,000th house built in Clarksville last week. The future home of Judith and her 3 girls will soon be ready on Beach Street and will mark more than 100 homes built by Habitat in Montgomery County. James Corlew Chevrolet held its 5th annual Turkeys for Troops this year, giving away about 1,500 turkeys as a way of thanking our military service members. And finally, we hear from a few leaders in Clarksville and for what they are thankful. Read about their traditions around the Thanksgiving table. And that's the wrap. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. I'm Sherry Reeves, Main Street Clarksville.
Sherry, thank you. You guys may be able to see our pup Mora in the front door through the glass right there. She's trying to do a super cute video bomb. Also coming up on today's show, greetings from those of us who bring This Week in Clarksville to you each Thursday, and those who make sure that you have Main Street Clarksville each week. Stay with us.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
35,000 square feet, 3 stories, and full of history, art, and so much culture. I am talking about the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center here in Clarksville, and I am lucky to be in here with Frank Lott, who is the executive director of this museum, and you've been with the museum for more than 3 decades now.
Well, I was involved from the early years, not as a staff member, but just as an interested citizen, a volunteer, a board member, a chairman of the board, a fundraiser, And then here I am now, 38 years later, executive director. Never dreamed it would happen, but delighted to be here.
And we're delighted to have you, for you to share the information that you're going to, because this museum is rich both in the history outside of the building and what it holds on the inside. But let's start about where this museum started many years ago in the 1800s.
1898 was the construction date, built in that year, opened as a federal post office and customs house. Customs house related to the collection of taxes and tariffs and import duties for the tobacco trade, so it stuck.
And you said that's a question you get often. What is a customs house?
Well, it is they're normally located on seaports, and they deal with the collection of import duties, exports, tariffs, etc. So the federal government put one here because we had a direct connection to the Gulf of Mexico, and we were the world's largest dark-fired tobacco market.
I bet you didn't know that, or I bet a lot of you did not know that. Now, fast forward many years, and then it turned into something else after being the post office.
It became, for 40 years, the Department of Electricity, Clarksville Department of Electricity, from 1938 to 1939 to 1983, and then the Customs House, Clarksville Montgomery County Museum, from that time to the present.
And a lot's happened here since 1984 and what you guys have put inside of this building. And the room that we're in now holds a special feature that's a permanent feature here at the museum.
Permanent exhibit that we title Becoming Clarksville, Honoring Legacies of Leadership. What were the factors that made Clarksville the city that it is today from its very beginning, early years on the Red and Cumberland Rivers? And what were the factors that allowed it to emerge as a gem of Tennessee?
And you have it set up in a particular order. Can you explain that to us?
Well, it's set up topically rather than chronologically. It's by topics. What were the factors that influenced Clarksville's growth? The military, agriculture, transportation, education, healthcare. It's topical rather than chronological. So it makes it very much more interesting, I think.
It does, and it's easy to follow for families and kids of any age that come through here. There's also a video area where you can sit back and watch
videos about, again, the topics that we talk about in here. Yeah, they're short videos, very engaging. And then we have, of course, our newly remodeled children's floor called Exploring Our Town, which is like a kids' version of this, but also very engaging for grown-ups as well.
That's fantastic, and that's something I would love for Frank, if he'd be so kind to maybe take us on a tour the next time that we're able to sit down with you.
Glad to do that.
And I have to ask you one final question, because you've been here for 38 years. You have to have a favorite spot or a favorite topic. What would it be?
In this particular exhibit?
In this particular one, yes.
Well, they're all so interesting to me, but I come from a military family, so the military portion brings back a lot of memories of my childhood growing up here in a military family. Also, I'm a big believer in the arts and culture, so those two are probably my two favorites.
Fantastic. Well, if you have a chance to come out and visit the museum, make a point to, if you have friends and family coming down, have them come with you here to the Customs House and Cultural Center, because it's a fabulous spot to visit. Frank, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Stephanie. Glad to be on your inaugural program.
Happy to have you on this one, and look forward to meeting you and talking with you in the future.
Indeed.
All right, stay with us.
I just love your living room set. Do you mind if I ask where you got it?
You're not gonna believe this, but Rooms for Less.
No way. I thought with the whole less thing.
No, not at all. The whole less is really more quality, more name brand, more selection.
Excuse me, one moment. Rooms for Less? Yes, I'm calling about a living room set. Great, I'm on my way.
Hey, I'm John, one of the family owners here at the City Forum. Some people think I'm great at the games and attractions here, but I'm not. I'm fantastic. Your mom might want to pick that up. Go low with 18 holes in mini golf. Channel your inner Ricky Bobby on the go-kart track. Play in Clarksville's only 7D motion theater. 10 lanes of family fun bowling. Don't forget about our big birthday party rooms. So come on out to the City Forum and try to beat some of my high scores.
At Miss Lucille's, we go for apple pie. A place that feels like a home away from home. A comfortable place to bring your family from out of town. It's a place where great conversations are had. It's a place where you can shop 200 small businesses in one location. It's a place for you to shop for gifts for any occasion or just to treat yourself. Come on down to Miss Lucille's. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville, and how lucky I am to learn a little bit more about the Clarksville Civitan Club. This club just celebrated a big milestone. That's 100 years of being in Clarksville.
Yeah.
I have the Civitan Club president with us, Derek Earls. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it.
Of course, coming off of celebrating 100 years, what was that like to celebrate with the club and the community?
Well, 100 years. Of course, I wasn't here then.
No.
Neither of us, but my goodness, 1917 was when the International Club was established, and then our Clarksville Club was established July 6th of 1922. A lot of things have happened from then. We've gone through a depression, we've gone through wars, we've gone through sicknesses, and we've gone through a lot of things in our country. What this means for us in celebrating 100 years is that we stick around and we do things to help our community. And I'm so proud to be part of what we're doing here in Clarksville, Tennessee. This is a place where a lot of people are coming, and I'm glad that the Civitan Club is one of the reasons that people are deciding to get involved in what we're doing here in the city.
How many members do you have right now?
Right now, we're right at about 86, and we've got a campaign this year, 100 by the 100th. It was first coined by one of our past presidents, Dr. Muriel Bullock Neal had coined the phrase, let's get to 100 by the 100th. And then it just took off from there. We had a goal of getting to 100 members we wanted to do it by our celebration. We didn't quite get there. But you know what? We grew our club by over 36 members over the last year, and that's really huge for a club to build upon that. Yeah.
What sort of service projects do you guys conduct in a year?
Good question. Well, one of the projects that we have coming up is a scavenger hunt. Okay. And that scavenger hunt is to benefit students who are going to Austin Peay. We actually give out scholarships to incoming freshmen, and it continues throughout their service or their time in Austin Peay. We do a scavenger hunt, and we have sponsorships where businesses in the local community can sponsor a sign, and they go up, and we put these signs up, and they're during the Riverfest events. Where you can come by and you can vote on a sign, and the individual who picks the winning sign has the opportunity to win $10,000. Additionally, yes, $10,000.
That's phenomenal.
Like you looking at me like what?
Did I hear you right?
Yes, and we've done it for many years. It first started many years ago. Jimmy Dunn, which is a member of our club, had started it as a project, and it took off from there. And it's to benefit our students at Austin Peay. Now, annually, we raise thousands of dollars to benefit our students who qualify for the scholarship. Of course, there's an application and an essay and a committee that votes on who wins the scholarship. So that's one of the things we do. Additionally, we have those sweet Vidalia onions. The onions that you hear about every year when they come around, that comes from us, the Civitan Club. We go to Georgia, we get those sweet Vidalia onions, we bring them back, and I know they're good on hamburgers, cheeseburgers, burgers, whatever. So that's one of the projects that we do. And then we do others. We have the Terry Lynn Foundation, where we have you can go online and purchase things to benefit those. We do Buddy Ball, where we support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We actually also, I love them, some people don't, some people call them the sweetest doorstop, the fruitcakes around Christmas time. We have those and we bring those in, and we have the Claxton fruit cakes are wonderful. I love them. I cut them in slices, have them with my coffee. And so those are some of the projects that we do. And all of the things that we do, the money, the proceeds, and how we do it, it supports people in our community. It supports organizations in our community. We're passionate about helping.
For those who are seeing this, who are thinking, you know what, this is something I want to be a part of. I would like to go to a meeting. I'd like to join. How do they do that?
You asked me that before. I didn't answer it. My bad. Sorry.
That's okay. No, just because again, I really want to make sure that people know exactly where to go. You invited them here.
Yeah, you can come here, and then also you can reach out to us on Facebook.
Okay.
You know, on our Facebook Civitan, Clarksville Civitan, on our Facebook page. And if you want to join us, reach out to me. My phone number is you thought I was going to give you my phone number. No, you're not getting my phone. Well, you got my phone number. You're not getting my phone number. But if you want to reach out to us in all seriousness, our office is on 2nd Street, and you can reach out to the Civitan. You can Google our office, and you can call our office number and reach out. Our secretary there, Donna Sabash, has been, who's actually one of our past presidents as well, is more than willing to give you information on the club. So reach out to us there. At our office and on our Facebook page. So did I answer that?
You did answer that, and that is going to be coming up on your screen right now. So you'll see their office phone number. You'll also see the address for the First Baptist Church here in downtown Clarksville. If you can make it to a meeting on Wednesday at noon, correct?
At noon. Lunch starts at 11:30, so you want to get here at about 11:30 so you have an opportunity to eat your meal, get in here, talk to us, laugh, and I mean, we believe in fellowship, good fun. And we have some phenomenal programs that come on a weekly basis. Members of our community at large who come in and tell us about their programs and what they're doing.
And I asked, just because so many people can't make it at noon, but just because you can't make it to a meeting, are they still able to be a part?
Yes, because we've got virtual offerings.
That is true.
There was something that happened in 2020 that necessitated that we all pivot.
COVID, that was on making things more virtual.
Yeah, so we're also virtual.
Okay.
So we do have that information as well that we can put out there. And I think we posted on our Facebook page as far as the virtual offerings of how you can be there. Okay. We have several members who are, at large, who are not even in our community, who are part of our club. And they join us virtually. So that's, we have those offerings.
Fantastic. That is great to know. Cannot thank you again for joining us, to sharing all of this information about Clarksville Civitan Club. Derek Earls, you're phenomenal. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll have more coming up.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
Next up, we are going to connect with our local Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. We're going to hear from a big and little and hear the need this organization is in right now for additional Big Brothers and Big Sisters for local kids in our area.
I'm going to win. Time goes by fast.
Too fast.
4.5 years. The time has flown by for big Ronnie Glenn and his little Joshua Fink.
We got along the first time we met.
Yeah.
It all started from playing Uno. I would be whooping him.
Oh
in
my
Uno.
gosh.
I'd be whooping him in Uno.
No,
like every time he
no.
came up to the school, yo, let's play Uno. I'm going to beat you.
Josh sometimes lives in a fantasy world, but sometimes I have to bring him out of that fantasy world. But yeah, it's been a great relationship.
Ronnie and Joshua, just one match of 57, currently paired through Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarksville. Executive Director Chris Burek says there are other littles still waiting on their match.
Have about 30 who are ready and waiting. If we had a mentor for them, we could match them tomorrow. So if you are thinking about it, just reach out, see what it takes.
Because the list expands to 40 to 50 other boys and girls not yet processed who also hope to find their big brother or big sister.
Takes no special training. You don't have to have a background in social work or child psychology. You just have to have 2 to 4 times a month that you can meet with a child, build a relationship, and make a new friend and be supportive.
Yeah, you got an hour somewhere in the day, hour somewhere in a month, a week. To again, one encounter can change someone's life, and so that's what I would say to them.
I really do have to thank Chris Burek for inviting me out to their back to school event, because it was such a treat to meet up with Ronnie and Joshua and see their connection firsthand. If you have an interest in being a mentor, meaning being a big brother or big sister, you can do that. You can call our local Big Brothers Big Sisters of Clarksville at 931-647-1418, or by reaching out to them through their website, bbsclarksville.org. If you have a child that needs that extra person in their life, you can go through those same channels to make that happen.
Give it up. Where'd you get it?
Rooms for less.
Get out! You gotta be kidding me!
Have you ever noticed that the guys' voices get really high when they get excited?
I haven't really noticed that before.
Oh yeah, you should see their selections of sofas and recliners. I mean, oh my gosh, I about lost my mind. I should take you there sometime. I mean, there's more stuff that I want to get. I can't believe you got all this from Rooms for Less.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
It's a spot many know here in Clarksville. It is a place where everyone can go to get a sweet treat, and I'm talking about Delectable Sweets. I'm sitting here with the owner of Delectable Sweets, Heather Fassett. First off, Heather, thank you so much for sitting down with me. You are extremely busy all the time. We've been talking in the in-between, and she bakes a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, tell me about your store, because again, a lot of people know your store, but you've kind of transitioned out of that more or less into a food truck.
Yeah, absolutely. So with things kind of slowing down on the storefront, we decided we wanted to kind of go a different route, and we wanted to get a food trailer out there. Our reach is much greater with a food trailer. We can go to other cities, we go to other states, we go to Kentucky. We're licensed for business in both Hopkinsville and Cadiz so far in Kentucky, as well as here in Clarksville. And it allows us to bring food to festivals that you don't normally find there. So normally if you're diabetic or celiac and you go to a festival and you see food trailers, you're lucky if you can find anything to eat. Or if you're low carb, if you're keto dieter, it can be hard as well. And so all the products that we make, we're a completely gluten-free facility. We don't use sugar, we don't use dyes, preservatives, nitrates, hormones, so that it's a clean enough line of product where cancer patients can indulge as well.
That's absolutely amazing. And you see the food, like you're seeing video or close-up of what's sitting here in front of me. It looks amazing. It smells amazing. I can't wait to taste it. But you know, as we're talking about going to the food truck about the pandemic, like other small business owners, you have struggled to keep the business going.
Absolutely, absolutely. There was times where it felt like it was just kind of one hit after another. Within our first 6 months open, we were broken into. We had our front door smashed out and all of our electronics stolen. And we've actually had somebody this year that tried to break in through the back as well. And so we have those little things, as well as, you know, the difficulties with trying to get a hold of supplies during the pandemic. I had a major injury for a while. It was a C5, C6 injury with bursitis, frozen shoulder, and shoulder impingement syndrome all at the same time, and I'm the only baker. So my husband at the time was active duty military, and he cashed in all of his leave to come and be my left arm so that we could continue to grow our business. And there's just been so many things along the way that have felt like roadblocks or barriers, and it's like, well, maybe that's just not what it's meant to be. Maybe it's meant to be something different, take a little bit different path. And so far, the food trailer has done phenomenally well.
And that's because you provide something to those who cannot typically have a dessert, like you were saying, those
Absolutely.
who are either gluten-free, they're doing keto, or they have some sort of dietary restriction that eliminates sweet foods, you know, from their diet.
Right.
What are you hearing from your customers? Like, as you continue to navigate, what do you hear from them? And I'm asking this because this is what's keeping you going.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our regulars are fantastic. They follow us with our food trailer wherever we go. And for them, it provides a sense of normalcy to their life, because a lot of times if you do have special dietary restrictions or you have something like diabetes, you have to prepare all of your own food in order to make sure that you're consuming things that aren't going to make it worse. And so for them, it's like they can stop by here and they can grab breakfast items or dinner items or even just dessert. And it's something they don't have to prepare, but they know it's safe for them. And they love it.
And here's a look at the food truck. So if you see the Delectable Sweets food truck out, this is what it looks like. I ran into them a few weeks ago at Old Glory. And so this is just the setup that they have. And again, people stopping by to grab a treat there. What do we have here in front of us today?
So this is one of our most popular savory menu items. This is our carne asada and queso roll. And so what that is we make doughs, but unlike most pizza type doughs that people will make, ours doesn't contain gluten. So our main ingredient is actually going to be mozzarella cheese. It makes it higher fat, higher protein. So it's going to keep you full longer. And then the meat that is in there, we slow cook that carne asada meat with freshly packed California spices. We have them shipped in bi-weekly from California. And then it has fresh chopped peppers and onions, and we enhance the meat with MCT oil so that you're making sure to get some of your healthy fats in there. And then we roll it all up with some shredded queso cheese inside. And so when you bake that, it doesn't look anything like, you know, diet or healthy food, and it's absolutely delicious. And one of those is a full meal. By the time you finish it, because of all that protein in there, you're stuffed.
That's amazing. I'm going to try this. And we were talking before we started the interview, and I was saying I tried to make a keto-friendly dish for a friend of mine, and it did not turn out so good.
Definitely it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of trial and error. I've spent thousands of dollars refining different recipes or trying recipes only to find out that they were just way off base as far as what was needed to make them the right texture. Usually it's a textural thing, especially with gluten-free baking.
Mm-hmm. Normally I take one bite and then I'm just like, I'll wait and do it when the camera's off. But this is amazing.
Isn't that great? So much flavor.
I mean, you can taste the cheese, you can taste the meat, you can taste the peppers. That's wonderful. That is just savory. Savory is the best way I can use to describe that. What are the two sweet dishes that we have?
So one of our most popular cakes that we make, and we now offer it in probably about 16 different flavors, is our ooey gooey butter cakes. Okay. And so these are very similar to like a cheesecake square. The main difference is ooey gooey butter cake actually has more butter in it than cream cheese, whereas a cheesecake has more cream cheese in it. And then we also use Vitamin Shop whey protein powder in the crust on these so that it's a dessert that will stick with you. So it's one of those desserts where not only do you not get the sugar crash afterwards, but you're not hungry again in an hour because you've got the protein in there. And then like always, these desserts are sweetened with monk fruit because besides having a zero glycemic impact, monk fruit's actually an anti-inflammatory, so it has health benefits.
That's amazing. And then the last treat.
That's going to be our pumpkin pie ooey gooey cake. And for the season, that is definitely our best selling.
I can imagine. I can also imagine the time that you've put in to research all of these ingredients to make sure that every dish is just right.
Absolutely. A supply shopping trip for a lot of people is just quick, grab stuff off the shelf, throw it in the cart. I actually have to stop and read every label. I have to stop and make sure that it is all gluten-free ingredients, because a lot of times you may not realize just how many ingredients contain gluten or even have added sugars until you take the time to read those labels. So finding new ingredients when I want to create a new dish is very time consuming, because you have all the time shopping and then you have all the time trying to figure out how to get the textures right, how to make sure that the flavors are there. Right. And so it can be challenging, but it's fun, because when you create these things for people who are so appreciative, and to watch their faces light up when they come in and they try samples of our newer items, they're just always so excited.
So how can we continue to support you? How, for those that are thinking, we'll just go right to the store. Again, the store is not active or not as active as it once was. So
Correct.
If you are heading this way from outside of the Clarksville, Montgomery County area, do call first to make sure that they're open.
Absolutely.
But again, if they're not open here at the store, they have the food truck typically out, you said sometimes 7 days a week.
Absolutely. So you can follow us on Street Food Finder app. That will show all of our locations each month, where we're going to be, what times we'll be set up. And then our Facebook and our Instagram pages, that will not only detail the same information you can find on Street Food Finder, but it'll tell you what days and times we'll be open at the storefront here.
That's fantastic. And if you want to hear more about Heather's story, tell us why you're not shy about sharing the struggles and everything that you've been through.
I think it's really important for people to understand that we all struggle. We live in a world where a lot of times people only want to share the good in their life, and for good reason. I don't ever want people to look at me like, oh, she only shares the negative, but I believe in sharing the real, because it's one of the things that when people are struggling, it helps them understand that they're not alone, that other people understand that struggle, and hey, look, like if they were able to come past that, then I know I can do that too. I've faced so much, and I'm not even 40 yet. I am a 19-year recovered addict. I dropped out of high school at 17. And some of them were poor choices that I made. Some of them was just how life ended up. But after facing all that, the one thing I saw was the huge difference the people made. The people that were sent to me in that time of need are people I'll never forget. And they changed my life because it made me want more. It made me want to offer more to the world and make that same difference. And so not only is this a place for people who might not necessarily have a place to go food-wise, if you talk to our customers, they'll tell you this is a place that they go when they need to feel happy. When they need a little bit of extra comfort or understanding, they come to us. And I love that. To me, that's one of my favorite parts about the store and about the food trailer is we know that when people need a pick-me-up, they find us.
That they do. Heather, thank you so much for sharing all of that with me, with us. We do appreciate it.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
So, I just heard you talking to Jane about your gorgeous living room.
She was just asking me if it came from
Rooms for less, is that true? I mean, I always thought with the whole less thing.
Not at all. I mean, the whole less thing's actually more. You get more quality, more name brands, more selection.
Oh, but what about the table? I mean, there's no way.
Rooms for less.
Is this rooms for less? What time do you guys close?
As As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So, of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
I'm Stephanie Miller, host of This Week in Clarksville, and this is my incredible husband, Steven. We would like to wish you
Happy Turkey Day! Gobble gobble!
Hey guys, this is Brady McAtamney, sports reporter at Main Street, Clarksville, and I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours. I'm thankful for all you readers out there who continue to support us, and have a great holiday.
Hello everyone, I'm Sherry Reeves with Main Street, Clarksville. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday this year. I'm feeling grateful and blessed. We're having probably about 22 people in for lunch. It'll be a late lunch, and then we'll sit around and play some games, maybe watch some football if it's on, and tell some stories about things that happened in the past. I'm sure you do similar things. I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for reading Main Street, Clarksville. We really do appreciate you.
Hey guys, this is Matthew Thompson with Main Street Clarksville newspaper, as well as This Week in Clarksville TV show. I'm here with my wife Mackenzie and our little girl Mila, and we wanted to wish everyone a very
Happy Thanksgiving!
Hi, this is Terry McCormick, editor at Main Street Clarksville, wishing you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, I'm Ellen Gould, Vice President of Finance for Main Street Clarksville. I hope you and your family will have a very happy Thanksgiving, counting more blessings.
So the idea is that I would just say my lines, pull out the sugar cookies, hold them up, and say Happy Thanksgiving or something like that. It should be easy. Hey, maybe I should tell a joke.
No.
So the turkey says to the pilgrim, "No, I have a bone to pick with you."
I don't get it.
I just want to wish everybody a line. I was just thinking about that joke. Man, those cookies smell good. Are they burning?
Don't forget your oven mitts.